Hello and welcome to another video. This video is going to be a baby card, and it actually has a purpose in the sense that I'm going to be mailing it out once I finish it. One of my cousins has had a little baby boy, so I thought I would make her a sweet little baby card so that way she would know I am thinking of her. So for this card, I'm going to be using the Wildly Happy stamp set, and I'm using these lovely little elephants right here, but there are cute little pandas, baby bunny, and a little fox as well, in case those are more your style or for whoever you might be making that card for. So I'll put that off to the side. I haven't made a sample yet, but I kind of have it in my brain where I figured I'll have this lovely golden paper here from the Gilded Autumn DSP. As a backdrop, I'll have the stamped image that'll be colored here, but I'm going to put these pieces somehow tucked behind it to tie in the gold. And these, well, this is from the Ferns die cuts, the Forever Flourishing. Oop, let me show you. Hold on. Whoop. It's from this one here, the Forever Flourishing dies. So I use this biggest one here. I can even put this back. That way I don't lose anything. Oh, let's do it this way. So that one there is ready to go. So I used it from this stamp set, or this die set, I mean. And then my square here is from the Stitched Shapes framelits. So right here, these are actually old enough where it's the old packaging. But they lovingly carry over, and this image is going to just fit lovingly right there. And then these actually come from the specialty paper that Stampin' Up made called the Forever Gold Specialty Designer Series paper. And it comes with an assortment of very beautiful paper. And then these sheets as well, where the other side is gold. So lots of fun, and I thought that this would make a kind of elegant and baby card, but not like hitch over the head baby. So that being said, let's start with our stamping. So I wanted to stamp it in our Memento black ink because I wanted to make sure that we could use my blends to color in these little elephants. Lovely. So the one thing, I thought I wouldn't put a sentiment on the outside, but I thought that I would probably have this little sentiment right here on the inside of the card. So I'm going to do that now too, actually. Sometimes I would put like Sweetest Baby on the outside as well, but for this one I think the ferns and the other foliage is going to be just a little much if I also have the sentiment. I could, and we'll see. Maybe it'll be, and maybe the front will need a little something once I'm done. So there's that. And I'll just leave that off to the side for now. Clean my blocks in a minute. So there's that. That's drying. Let's put that off to the side. This is probably sufficiently dry. So for this, I am using 3 colors. I wanted to tie in, this is Mint Macaron in the background here. So that's why I had already die cut one of these ferns in Mint Macaron. I wanted to tie in those colors of the mint and the gold. So this is the Smoky Slate Light and Dark, Petal Pink for the colors of the ears, and then I picked the Mint Macaron to kind of do the shading and kind of an outline. So let's start with our elephants. So I am just gracefully here using the brush tip and coloring in my elephant, starting with the mama. Doop, 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 doop. And then luckily this stamp set's really easy to figure out where to add some shading, because they've added a lot of these like nice little sketch lines, and so it's going to be really easy to add a little shading there. And then the same thing, then you move on into the baby right here. Boop, boop, boop. So this is super cute, and as you can tell, this image is pretty solid, so it's really easy and really quick to add in that color. So I'm going to use the bullet tip though to add the shading, just because I'm kind of doing it rough. because what I'm going to do from here is I'll bring in the light again, and I'm going to color their little bellies here because it wouldn't be getting so much light. Color the belly, 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 belly. Alrighty, and then notice how because the light was already kind of wet, it's blending in really well here. So same thing, blend, blend. That way we don't get any harsh lines. There you go. And I probably didn't even need to do this. It looked like I was pretty quick. So I probably didn't even need to do that, but that's okay. So now I chose the dark petal pink for the ears. You could have picked the light one if you wanted it to be a bit more subtle, but I thought that because I knew I was going to do a second layer of the smoky slate, I figured the darker color would kind of tie it in well. So now onto the mint macaron. Here's the thing. So I'm going to use the dark mint macaron to have it as kind of the base, sort of like the ground that they're standing on. And then I'm going to use the light to sort of make a bit of a halo look around them. So it'll tie in both colors and it won't put them on a white background because that kind of, I don't know, it's not always pleasant to the eye. So just put the light here in between and then just a nice little, so normally when I do this I would do it with, say, a pool party, like a nice sort of greenish blue, but because I'm trying to tie in the same colors here, I'm using mint macaron. So there we go. Actually, let's tie this in a little bit more. There we go. A little bit of a whiter color here. There we go. Looks good. So there's that. I can move these off to the side. Next, let's adhere my paper, lovely side on the opposite, but for the purposes of today, we're going to use the shiny, which sometimes it's really hard for me to use the non-shiny, goodness, the non-shiny side for a piece of paper, because I feel like I'm not doing the paper justice by not using all of its glitz and glamour, but there are other times where like that pattern is just exactly what you need for a card. So it's a tough choice. So got that nice and adhered down. Oh, looks like I was a little too generous in one of my corners. That's okay. So now here's the thing. If I put this right here and then say maybe lay this on top, then have maybe these guys coming out this corner here, right? Then if I put my elephant here, notice a lot of it is hidden. I don't really want that because I want to make the most of it. So notice that the vast majority of this piece here is going to be hidden. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to trim it and then I can use these other pieces either on this card or another. So I'm going to use my snips and I'm going to cut it right about here and then trim here and here. And looks like right here. There you go. So now I still have this piece popping out from behind the elephant, and I can do it kind of like this. And then I can put these other pieces coming out in either other directions, making the most of my pieces, which is nice because this paper is a little bit pricier than some of the others, but usually, like if you were to try to die cut this out of gold, you'd be using up a lot of gold foil. So it kind of comes out in the wash, if you will. So there we go. I'm just going to cut these like individual fronds. We'll see what I do with them. I might group them together. We'll see. All right, and here, let's cut them this way, this way. There's one released. Oh, almost. There you go. Alrighty. So now with those done, oh, one more. It's hard to find the exact spots where they're different here. So I'm going to do that. I could even put it a little bit lower to let more of those colors shine through. That actually might be really nice. Okay, so then let's do maybe a couple fronds in the background here, like the little ones. And then I could overlay this. Oh no, that would hide it all of them. Okay, so let's instead lay this down first and lay the fronds on top. Let's trim this little stem here. And you don't need to use all of these pieces either. I might even end up using only what was from the frond and not really these other two pieces I popped out. Let's take a look. Because then I can do, oh yeah, and then I could pop these out from a corner like this. Just like spread them out a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's do that. If you really wanted to, you could even add some ribbon behind it. I think that this much gold will probably be sufficient to get my my card to the kind of elegance I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and add, for the purposes of this card though, since I'm putting it kind of low here, this part here is all that's going to be glued down. So I'm actually going to use my Stampin' Seal to sort of lay down a, oh, there you go, it was working, look at that. And then I ruined it. Okay, so I'm actually just going to lay down kind of a square so that way my adhesive will lay down, excuse me, I'm going to lay down my pieces on here directly. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to pop up my my little elephant or not, so I figured this gives me that choice. So let's see, do I have a piece where this can adhere? I do. And then here, I'll put you right there. There we go, and it looks like it needs a little bit of something there, so let's do that. There we go. Now the two little corner pieces. I'm actually going to switch them. Rather than them pointing inwards, I'm going to have them pointing out. And there we go. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that looks great. So now, I think I kind of want it to lay it flat. I don't think I really want it to be popped up on dimensionals. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to lay some snail on top of my foils here. All of my adhesives, a little in the center for good measure. And then lay it down nice and centered here. Well, centered to the bottom, I guess. Not perfectly centered. There we go. And that is that card right there. And now it is ready for me to add a little sentiment, and then these guys I can save for another card. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think I should add something like Sweetest Baby on the front? I feel like it really doesn't need much. I guess I could always use a scrap. Nah, I really don't think so. I don't know. You let me know if you think that I should have put something else on top. I think that this looks pretty nice, certainly very shiny, and hopefully my cousin will like it, and you know, maybe it'll be worthy of her keeping it for her son in her you know, memory book for him. So that being said, if you need any of the materials to make this card, feel free to let me know. I'll have it below. I am actually, last I checked, I'm at 99 beautiful subscribers. If you wish to subscribe to get more videos like this to make different cards, feel free to do so. The button's at the bottom. And once I get to 100 subscribers, I am actually having a giveaway where I will give away this set here, but not just the stamp set, the bundle itself. It comes with this very fun little banner punch. Let me flip it so you can see, where it creates either pointed out or pointed in banner for 1 inch, 1/2 inch, and a 3/4 inch. So if this is something you'd like to be in the running for, go ahead and make sure to subscribe so I cross that 100 subscriber threshold, and I will see you guys in the very next video. I'll see you then.